Ladies and gentlemen, live from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Wednesday or Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for AEW Dynamite or Collision Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings of AEW All Elite Wrestling action, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, episode number 2459 of the show. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day. Hope you guys had yourself a wonderful, blessed day. It's Wednesday, April the 13th, 2025, 10:40 p.m. as we're halfway through the week. And we're halfway through everything, ladies and gentlemen. And halfway through this month, too. So, yep, and a lot of things are happening here in professional wrestling, as we're going to talk about pretty soon. AEW, and what's going to be next for AEW? We know the event Forbidden Door is coming up August the 24th, and here in the States it's at 1 p.m. because they're over in England, so different time over there. And what a day, man! Any of those Taco Bell burritos went right through me, dude. Man. It's like, to make sure everything is, it's like, I don't know, I felt like Big Show after getting the burritos that Eddie Guerrero fed him. Cheapest, man, let me tell you. Montezuma's revenge, well, like Guerrero's revenge to me. I don't know, thank God for kiosks over at Taco Bell, but still, man, it's like someone's a royal rumble in my stomach, and I gotta throw off some people. So, anyways, whew, that's what I get, Anyways, like I said, this month of August really stinks. More ways than one. And that's probably the joke. And I'm going to the toilet and just pooping everything out. It stinks. I'm pooping out August. That's what I feel like doing when I poop out August. I mean, if August was caca, I'd poop it out. that's how much I hate August, basically. And, anyways, so, AEW Dynamite takes place in Cincinnati, Ohio, the home of Jon Moxley. And speaking of, MJF kicks off Dynamite as him and Adam Page had a face-off. And and Hangman Adam Page wants to fight MJF. MJF says, "I'm not." MJF's trying to he's trying to strategically cash in his Casino Gauntlet contract, and Hangman Adam Page wants him to execute it, and then starts getting in his face, and you know how MJF keeps calling Hangman Adam Page Seabiscuit? He goes, "You saw the movie Dummy or Dumbass? Seabiscuit wins." And I'm like, what? Yeah, study up on your movie history, Mr. Freeman, if you ever want to be an actor. Anyways, and then Adam Page goads him into executing the contract. He says, "You know what? Fine, I will. I'll see you at Forbidden Door." And MJF realized what he did, and he goes, "See you at Forbidden Door, dumbass." Throws the microphone at him. And Hangman Adam Page walks away, and MJF's like kicking the ring. He's very angry. Jon Moxley addresses Darby Allin, says, "What you think, at Forbidden Door, what you think will be happening isn't going to be happening." So, but, it was supposed to be a one-on-one matchup, but more on that. Kevin Knight and Jon Moxley went one-on-one, and, Moxley won the matchup, but refused to release the hold on Kevin Knight until Speedball Mike Bailey tried to fight off Moxley. Wheeler Yuta attacks Mike Bailey, and then Darby Allin shows up with a body bag and a skateboard. Marina Shafir retreats for her life, knowing what's going on, and Kevin Knight attacks Moxley, knocking him out, and then Darby Allin fights Yuta. He puts Yuta in the body bag, and then all of a sudden, here comes Claudio Castagnoli attacking excuse me, maybe that's helpful. Attacking Darby Allin. He puts Darby Allin in a body bag, but then airplane spins him, drops him, but then puts him out of the body bag so he can put a steel chair around his neck and about to break it until Will Ospreay came in and started flying fists with Claudio Castagnoli. And then Claudio Castagnoli says, you bring your friends, I'll bring mine, and it will be a lights-out steel cage match at Forbidden Door. And so, and Tony Khan's made it official, but there'll be more news on that matchup. And so, for the first matchup of the night, the women's trios matchup, Alice Windsor, Queen Aminata, and Willow Nightingale face 2/3 of the Triangle of Madness. That's Sky Blue and Tekla, and they're teaming up with the TBS champ Mercedes Moné. But Toni Storm and Athena arrive in different sections of the crowd to observe the matchup. So, and Julia Hart gets involved during the match, distracting Aminata. And but it wasn't enough, as Windsor, Aminata, and Nightingale did pick up the victory in that matchup. Meanwhile, the Triangle of Madness beats up on Aminata and Nightingale, and I'm sure they're going to recruit Harley Cameron. I'm sure Harley Cameron is in the mood for a fight. And so Monet and Windsor are still fighting in the middle of the ring. This is after the match. But then Toni Storm and Athena, the timeless one, and Athena started brawling all over the among the crowd. And then they reached the ring, and then Toni Storm addresses Monet and Athena and says, "Next week, Scotland. I say we do this. It takes two to tango." And so that match is made official for next week in Dynamite in Scotland, as the two champions, Mercedes Moné and Athena, takes on the Women's World Champ Toni Storm and Alex Windsor. So that's going to be a huge matchup. But then Renee Paquette interviewed Will Ospreay, and Ospreay says he's got another ally in the ace himself, Hiroshi Tanahashi from New Japan, to team up with him and Darby Allin against the Death Riders. Who are they going to recruit? We'll find out for sure. Adam Copeland went one-on-one with Stokely Hathaway, and this was the most entertaining and funny match ever. Stokely Hathaway, he looks like if Bad News Brown was shrunk in the dryer, you know? Like if they took Bad News Brown and shrunk him in the dryer, you get Stokely Hathaway. And Stokely Hathaway tried to charge after Adam Copeland with a spear, and it doesn't work, right? And then Adam Copeland grabs the microphone during the match. Hey, we're going to take a poll here. You know, and what do you think the chances are, you know, of Stokely in this match? You know, he's short. The fan goes, he's short, he's bald, he has no hose. That was funny. But then and then Adam Cole goes, "Is there any hose here?" And then as soon as I guess there's a few of them, right? He's fighting. And Stokely Hathaway's trying to escape through the crowd, and Adam Copeland follows him. And then Adam Copeland puts the microphone to one of the female fans. "Do you think that Stokely Hathaway has a chance with you?" And then she looked at him. "Is that a trick question?" I was laughing. I was like, "That was great. That was great. That was a funny answer." And she goes, "In all honesty, no." She goes, "That was great." I was dying. I was laughing. It was fun. It was so entertaining. But then FTR got involved, and then once they put their hands on Adam Copeland, that was it. But then Stokely Hathaway threw powder in his face, earning Copeland the win by a disqualification. So they're pounding away on him. FTR was pounding away on him, and then Christian Cage came up with Copeland's weapon, Spike, and then started chasing everybody away. But Nick Wayne was about to attack him, and then Christian Cage was ready for him, and then Kip Sabian tried to get involved. Then Copeland spears him, and then Cage after FTR retreats and Stokely, and then the Patriarchy retreats with Mother Wayne. Edge and Christian Cope and Christian finally faced off, and then Christian Cage handed Adam Copeland the spike, and then he was about to walk away, and then Adam Copeland stops him, and then gives Cage the hug, and Cage hugs back, but then he nods his head and walks away. So, we'll see the team that reeks of Austin has come back together. 5-second poses for people. Who knows? And then there was a City in the Night, and then there was the 8 signal. And I was thinking, Hurricane? We saw holograms fight, and then we found out it was Hook. Hook is coming back soon. So, then they had an 8-man tag. Brody King, Hologram, Tomohiro Ishii against Kyle Fletcher, Josh Alexander of the Don Callis family, and the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks, again, received no music, received generic, was it Mr. You got Slick Nick and Mr. Instant Replay, they call him. And then in the end, he goes, joining these guys, and I went, oh boy. They're trying to humiliate the Young Bucks after they lost their power. So, hold on. Yeah, so but Kyle Fletcher issued a challenge to anyone from New Japan at the challenger for the TNT title at Forbidden Door. And so, you would think that Bandito would be involved in this matchup because him and Brody King have joining forces, but I think Bandito is resting up. So, Brody King is joined up with Tomohiro Ishii and Hologram of the conglomeration. The question is, who would be their partner, be the man that would challenge Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title at Forbidden Door? Of course, the Young Bucks were intimidating Justin Roberts, which, a little bit more on that story. And so the person they chosen was Hiromu Takahashi. Hiromu Takahashi was the man from New Japan that's going to challenge Kyle Fletcher. And that made a humongous difference in that matchup. But during the matchup, the Young Bucks, the Beavis and Butthead of AEW, has decided to super kick Justin Roberts. What the heck were they thinking? And Tony Khan decided to fine them both $10,000 each. And Tony Schiavone will be working double duty on Dynamite, doing the ring announcements and ring introductions for Dynamite for the rest of the night, and doing announcing. Hey, double pay? I'm sure Tony Schiavone's going to get the money. Anyways, so good on Tony Khan to make that, but as a result, it's just the Young Bucks' stupidity cost their team the matchup, because they decided, we'll super kick the ring announcer because we're sick of him. Brody King, Hologram, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hiromu Takahashi ended up winning the matchup. Renee Paquette interviewed Swerve Strickland, and Swerve Strickland was talking about the address Kazuchika Okada in the unified title match. And then Kazuchika Okada interrupted him, and he says, it's like your leg, even with your leg is healed up, you ain't going to stand any chance. And he called Swerve Strickland the B word, as always, and they were about to, and then I think Swerve Strickland went to go after him, and then security came out to separate the two of them before anything else happened. So Alicia 2 interviewed the Death Riders, and they say they got and Alicia 2 told them that they got Hiroshi Tanahashi as their partner, and he says, you know what, let's go. And they went to the Young Bucks' new locker room and told the other guys to leave except for the Young Bucks. So, but now it is official at Forbidden Door. A 10-man lights-out steel cage matchup. Anything goes. It is going to be the Death Riders, team of Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli, joining forces with the Young Bucks and their hitmen, and the Death Riders hitman, Gabe Kidd, as they face the team of Will Ospreay, Darby Allin, Hiroshi Tanahashi and the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. This is going to be fun. And then they had the main event, non-title trios matchup, the Ops versus LFI, with Samoa Joe's return to the ring, teaming up Powerhouse Hobbs and Katsuyori Shibata. And the Ops did pick up the victory over LFI, Los Facción Ingobernables. That's a team of Rush, Dralistico, and the Beast Mortos, who is rumored of dating Mercedes Moné in real life. Go figure, right? Renee Paquette interviewed Hangman Adam Page before the show ended, and the MJF attacks Page in the parking lot and talked a little trash to him afterwards. So, yeah. Young Bucks, your stupidity has cost you. Big time. I mean, first you decided to get under the skin of everybody, so you lost to an All-In against Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. And then you decided to super kick one of the best ring announcers of today's generation, one of the best, and then you get fined. And Young Bucks, if you're going to act like... If the Young Bucks would confront me in the ring, I would have 2 towels filled with, and put them with chloroform or ether, knock them both out, and then put them in a barber's chair, grab a razor, shave their beards, and shave their heads. And then smack them up, and put aftershave on them, and slap them around a little bit to wake them up. And then if they start something with me, whap, I'll slap them again. And I think a slap after you put aftershave on kind of hurts. So that's why I wanted to do it. So. But you'll be hearing more about my my top list of wrestling personalities I can't stand. It's gonna be an interesting subject. But however, we end things here. Episode 2459 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, and it's the AEW Dynamite event set for August 13, 2025. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow we got Pressure Luck, and then we got TNA. So as you know, and even though there's Rant and Rave on tomorrow, I am not going to make an appearance. Like I said, I'm going to honor my month-long mandatory sabbatical, and I'll be back in September. So, and kind of appropriate to celebrate my 3-year anniversary of my own show. So I'll be excited to do that, though. No problem. So I will see you guys later, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And this is my last video for tonight. And I'll be doing Battling Against the Whammy tomorrow afternoon after I get out of work. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everyone out there. Continue for your support. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.